Alright guys, welcome back to the JH6 channel, a channel where we talk about God, guns, gears, political issues, and much more. So if you're into that, definitely consider subscribing. That's what we do pretty much every single day here. Also, consider supporting the JH6 channel on Patreon. And I link a link down below for you guys if you want to do that as well. So got a pretty cool question here that I want to address today. I wanted to do the battle box video, but I don't have too much time, so I figured I'd just answer this question here for you guys and kind of give you some of my opinions. You're welcome to share some of your opinions as well in the description box. Gary's in the house. If you're watching live, put comments down there. If you're watching in the replay, let me know what you think in the comment section too. Don is in the house. A bunch of guys is in their house. We appreciate you guys' support. So I want to answer this question because I was asked this question by one of you guys. And let me put the questions right here. It has to do with survival situation, long term, short term. If a bolt action rifle is suitable for those conditions, right? And if you guys got questions like that, definitely put it down below. Definitely put it in the comment section. I'll try to take a picture just like I did with this comment right here. And I try to answer some of the questions and kind of give you my opinion. I don't claim to be an expert by any means. I just claim to be a dude that likes guns, spent a lot of years in the military, and likes to talk about them. So with that being said, guys, check it out. One of the rifles that we see a lot of guys here getting is the most in the gun, right? And I got a picture right here for you guys to see. And one of the reasons why they get this rifle is because it's cheap, right? It doesn't really cost a lot of money, and you could get them for a really good price. And at one point, you could buy them, back in the days, you were able to get them for like pennies, right? Compared to now they're getting a little bit more expensive, but back in the days, you used to get them for pennies. And compared to now, maybe what, $150 around there. So you got a solid rifle that could do a lot of damage. Obviously could do a lot of damage. And you got a rifle that you could buy ammunition. And I mean, you got a rifle that works, right? But here's the deal. To me, and this is just my opinion, a bolt action rifle is not really the best choice for survival. And one of the things that I noticed here from doing YouTube videos for coming out 4 years this month, guys, 4 years. That's just unbelievable. Is that a lot of people get stuff and then they come here into YouTube and they try to justify their buy, right? They try to justify what they got, and if you don't agree with them, they get all mad and upset, and they're gonna curse you out. And that's why I got filters here in the channel to stop that. But the reality is simple. To me, a bolt action rifle is not good for survival situation. And a lot of guys would tell you things like, well, it's more accurate, it's more dependable, and more, semi-automatic rifles nowadays, they are accurate, they're dependable, and they just do just fine. Now, if you want to play the game, if you want to go into like, well, at 100 yards, a bolt action rifle is going to shoot like this much, closer to I don't go into that. I really don't. And I was talking to my boss today, and we were talking about what actually is accuracy. And we were talking about accuracy like like competition kind of versus to self-defense, like combat accuracy. To me, it's simple, guys. If you aim center mass, I'm gonna use my body here, and instead of hitting here, I'd hit here. I think the rifle's accurate. I don't know if you want to put it like that or not, but to me, I think that a semi-automatic rifle is the way to go. And here's the deal why. And some of you guys, a couple of you guys are disagreeing. Let's see, HotShot, I disagree. Jarhead, I have been very, very successful using bolt action rifles for years. Yeah, no doubt, man. Let me get this straight. I'm not saying that it's a bad choice. I'm not saying that it won't work. I'm not saying that you can take a really well aimed shot at a long distance and do some damage. I'm not saying none of those things. Obviously, if you use them in the right way, it could work. I'm not saying none of those things. What I'm saying is simple. If you find yourself in a survival situation, when it comes down to like you fighting a guy that has one of this right there, semi-automatic rifle, you're going to be at a disadvantage. You will be. And I'm talking about face to face. I'm talking about, like I'm inside this house and you right outside and we about to fight. I'm not talking about I'm in a concealed position. I'm not talking about I'm hiding in the trees under, some type of shelter and I'm taking a well-aimed shot. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, face to face, you there, I'm here, and we about to survive a situation. I'm in a survival situation and I'm getting attacked. I don't think it's a good choice. I think a semi-automatic is always going to be a better choice, in my opinion, because the reality is simple. Once you put 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, a person could, with a semi-automatic rifle, could put a lot of rounds downrange. A lot of rounds. So by the time that you shot your, most in the gun, some of you guys help me out in the comments. What do you guys think in reference rounds? I forgot the amount of rounds that this rifle carry. But let's say, for example, some of the rifles out there carry 5 rounds. One of those internal magazine that you put 5 rounds. By the time that you shoot those 5 rounds, I'll probably put a good 20, 25 rounds downrange. So again, to me it's simple. If I want to pick a rifle for self-defense, I want to pick a semi-automatic rifle. I want to pick a rifle that has a good caliber, respectable caliber, that is a semi-automatic. Because the reality is that if you're looking at survival situation, we're looking at a rifle that could do many things. We're looking at a rifle that could do many things. Guys, this is not like you're going to be able to carry 3 rifles. You're not going to be able to carry your bolt action rifle for sniper position like some people think. And then I'm going to carry my AR-15 and then I'm going to carry my pistol. At one point, you're going to have to make a decision on carrying a solid rifle and a solid pistol. And again, if you find yourself in that situation, you're going to have to carry the best. The thing that is going to be overall is going to give you more capabilities. Let's talk about the AR-15 real quick. Can you hunt with an AR-15? Yes, you can. Can you defend yourself? Yes, you can. Can you, have a combat weapon? Yes, you can. So you have many capabilities on that rifle. Look at the Mosin Nagant right here. All rifle, right? What can you do with this rifle? You may be able to take a well-aimed shot from a concealed position at a long distance and take care of business. You may be able to hunt. You may be able to do those things. But if you face a bad guy with an AR-15, head to head, you're going to be at a disadvantage. So to me, it's simple. You got to have a rifle that is going to do multiple applications. It's going to follow everything. It's going to be, when you talk about survival, Cody said 2-2-3 versus bear. No. Yeah. If you got a bear coming your way, you're probably in a lot of trouble. I don't know what to tell you, man. But to me, again, AK, many different rifles out there. But to me, when it comes to survival situation, to address here, I think it was Loner. Yeah, Loner's question, would a bolt action be suitable for long term better than short term? To me, is the answer is no. Survival situation, to me, when I look at survival, I'm not looking at, I'm going to go hunting. I'm looking at a lot of things. And mainly, I'm looking at a self-defense aspect, because I could have all the supplies that I have. I could have all the supplies that I want. But if somebody comes with a gun and takes them away from me, I'm screwed. I may have all my supplies, but you show up with 2 of your friends with guns and rifles, and you're going to take away my stuff. So to me, a survival situation, when I look at survival, I really look at the self-defense aspect, and in reality is that when I see some of you guys here talking about survival, I think sometimes it's kind of funny to me, because a lot of guys are living in this place that to me doesn't even make sense. How many times we hear guys saying things like, you know what? Let's do this. If something happened, I'm going to go hunting. Hunting requires skills. You're not going to go into the the woods out there and pick up a deer and come home. It doesn't work that way. Hunting requires skills. You got to know how to do those things. So I always find it kind of funny when I hear to that. But again, Gerald said you can't compare a gun to an AR-15. Definitely not, man. I'm not really comparing that. The question here is more into like a bolt action rifle for survival. Question that I was asked, and I'm actually saying no. Now, I would have one as a secondary weapon, put in a truck for a specific mission if I'm doing mounted operations. But if I'm dismounted, I'm not carrying that thing. It takes a lot, guys. Survival situation. If I'm on foot, I got a backpack on, right? I got a rifle. Sometimes I got a pistol. I don't even want to have a rifle because guess what? I want to keep that gray concept mentality, right? So maybe I got my AR-15 broken half inside my backpack. I got my kids. This is not combat. So when you find yourself in that type of survival situation, you're going to be with your children. You got your wife. You got too many different factors that are going to play it out. And to carry extra weapons is not going to be something that you're going to be able to do. You walking around going from point A to point B. You're trying to evacuate your area. You're trying to go away to take care of business, to be safe. You're not going to be able to carry all those things. So you need a rifle that is going to provide you the most capabilities that you can. And a semi-automatic rifle would do that. A bolt-action rifle is not going to do that. It locks in many different things. And one of the things that it locks is going to be on the fact that, it's a bolt-action rifle. I mean, you shoot one round, you shoot another round, and it's just not going to do it. So, let me see some of the comments out here. Again, I'm trying to, my point here is not going to be that, it may not be useful. It could be useful, but when you see something like an AR-15, an AK-47, AK-74 that I just shot one here in the rifle, and I had a great time doing that. Those rifles are useful as well and great choices for survival. I was going to say concealed carry. That would be funny. For survival. So, let me look at some of the comments up here. Bob 10 mil says, how about a semi-auto 12 gauge? Semi-auto 12 gauge, that's an interesting, man. I got to think about that. I talked about in the past shotguns versus AR. I mean, I'm a fan of a semi-automatic rifle. There's the reason why the military carries a semi-auto rifle, like an M4 or something like that. But I guess, if it has a good range, I don't know, man. I don't know, because obviously you're going to be able to shoot a lot of rounds. But again, you're going to have a lower capacity. And it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's definitely not better than a semi-automatic rifle with a respectable caliber like an AK-47 or AR-15 or AK-74. I tend to lean towards those platforms or those rifles, and then everything else I tend to use as a secondary weapon or something that is a specialty. When I was in combat, 2000, let me see, too many deployments. In 2004, we had a shotgun, and we used it all the time, but it was a secondary weapon. It was something that we use for escalation of force, maybe to bridge doors and things like that. So, the Muslim again channel's in the house. What's up, man? I hope you're doing good. Go subscribe his channel. Awesome dude. Really, really awesome dude. You like that? I put a Mosendegan in the thumbnail. Doverfield says, what about a semi-auto 308 rifle like an AR-10 .308 rifle style. Yeah, man, solid. You know, some of those rifles. Again, you want to have something that is a semi-automatic, respectable caliber, something that allows you to reload very quickly, something that allows you to have accessories like scopes, red points, things like that, something that allows you to have a flashlight attached to it, something that could be carried really well, like a 2-point slim, or maybe a 1 point. I'm going to find a 1 point because it allows me to carry the rifle very, very well and fast. Something that is comfortable too, you know, something that doesn't weigh a ton of weight, so it's easy to carry. Along with your combat gear or your survival gear, maybe your bug out pack or something like that. Michael Outdoor says, don't forget that the Mosin is $600 cheaper than most of semi-automatic, semi-auto center fire rifles. Yeah, no doubt, man. Here's the deal when it comes to this. Not everybody, we are rich. You know, I am rich over here. You know, I got to work. I work sometimes 5 days, 6 days a week. You know, you guys know the deal. You know, some people think, oh, big YouTubers make a lot of money. I barely make any money. You know, and since YouTube came out with this new guidelines, we lost 75% to 80% of our income. So now before we used to make a couple of dollars, now we make pennies. So I work a lot. So I know the concept of money. So if you don't have that much money and you buy yourself a Mosin again, because that's the only thing, and I didn't meant to do this about the Mosin the gun. I just put a picture of that because it's fun, and some people get pretty upset about that rifle. But just the same thing about concealed carry. You know, if you have to buy a gun, a high point, because that's what you have, that's what you buy. But the point to this is like, and I think the firearm guy said this a long time ago, and I totally listened to the video, and then I was like, that's really good information. At some point, you got to do what you got to do. Maybe you need to stop going to the movies, or maybe you need to stop going to eat out a couple of times a month until you save that money. I mean, there's great choices out there. M&P Shield for like $300 and something. That's amazing. You know, AR-15s right now, you could buy them for like $500 to $600. Buy one right now. Don't wait until, what was it, a couple of years ago when it was like crazy, you know, like $1,000, no, like $1,500 to $2,000 for a $600 rifle. Don't wait. Get it now. Save your pennies and get it now. Let's see. Gustavo said, not to mention all videos you added for a few channels. Yeah, definitely. Check out Pastor On Call. That's our church channel. And I work along with Pastor Mike, and we love working in that channel because, you know, for the glory of God. So we love that. And the wife channel, the Stacy Leanne channel. So I know how to do editing videos regarding makeup and all that. So I'm getting really good at it. Gerald say, I agree. Any gun is better than no gun. Obviously, you know. But again, you know, don't get in that mindset, because here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. We get into that mindset that says, well, any gun is better than no gun. And it makes sense, but at the same time, keep this in mind. Some guns are better than other guns. There's no doubt about it. So what you want to do, or what you want to have, is that you want to have the best gun that you can afford. Because the reality is that some guns are better than other guns. You know, I just went to, look, I'm drinking coffee late right now, but did the video with Catico Main, SIG 226 Legend. Man, I wasn't even trying to hit the target. Like, I was shooting down range, and I wasn't even trying. I mean, I was just like, bam, boom, hit the target. Ringing still, like it was cool. No issues ringing still at all. Some other guns, I actually had to like pay attention to it, take my time, you know, apply the fundamentals. So again, some guns are better than other guns. So you want to buy the best gun you can based on your budget. Make sense? So let me see. Bob says something. The AR platform, some variations can swap out barrels change calibers under a couple of minutes. 223 now 300 blackout. Yeah, great comment. No doubt about that. And that's something that you want to keep in mind. Why some things are I guess in part of your self-defense plan as you buy something. A lot of times we could buy something, guys, and we say, okay, we got the platform, we got the basic. From here, we're going to build, like, for example, a lot of guys get really wrapped up about how many guns you have, right? I have so many guns. But in all reality, if you buy, let's say you buy a rifle, you should start investing on a scope, a red dot, whatever you're going to utilize. Maybe you want to invest on a good chest plate or chest rig. Maybe you want to invest on a good flashlight that it gets attached to the rifle. Those are the accessories that you need with that rifle. Once your rifle is built the way you want to, then you buy yourself something else, like me here. I tell some of you guys, this is not a gun channel. I really mean that. This is not a gun channel. You guys can see that I just moved. New background. I'm loving it. And I still got to fix some stuff out here. Look, you guys see that? Woo, look at that Staff Sergeant rank right there. Woo, love it. But, now that I'm in this new house, there's things that I want to prepare. I want to prepare more into the prepper mindset because that's what I like to do. Like I said in the past, generators, stocking up water, food, things like that. I'm beyond my guns. I mean, guns are fun, and I have a ton of fun doing them, and I like doing the videos and things like that. But my passion is above guns because the reality is that I can only carry one gun. What are you going to do if a hurricane hit like Matthews, about a year ago here? I mean, it was supplies that we need, basic communication. I mean, at one point, lights went out for 4 days. Spring sucks. I mean, this thing sucks. You pay a ton of money a month, and it doesn't even work. How are you going to have communication? Have you guys thought about that? I have my little radio on that my mother-in-law had, and I'm like listening to the news with this little $15 radio. Was providing me more capabilities and more information than all my guns did. You get what I'm saying? So we got to think about that. We definitely got to think about all that stuff. Pastor Charles in the house. Go ahead and check out his channel. Subscribe. He's putting really good videos and really good information. I appreciate your support, sir, and your service. It's just amazing. He says, I have several bolt action 700, but I would never think of them as a personal or home defense. That's the same way that I feel. Great rifles, you could use them for hunting. You could use it for multiple applications. But, not for those aspects that you mentioned. And here's the deal. I love how you get into conversations with this because a lot of times you hear guys saying, well, snipers use a bolt action rifle. And first of all, snipers use more than a bolt action rifle. They typically there with a fire team. They typically have 2-3 guys making sure they're okay while they take that really good shot. And guess what those guys are carrying? Semi-automatic rifles. That's what they're carrying. And they typically have more guns along with that rifle. So, and actually, nowadays, a lot of the designated marksmanship or the DMs that we had, I had DMs in my squads when I was in the service in the Marine Corps. A lot of those guys are using semi-automatic platforms because, again, it's 2017, guys. It is 2017. I mean, we always got to look at this way. Look, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I want to keep you with this. Cody said, only 33 watching. Man, I would do this if it was only one guy watching, dude. I love doing this thing. But here's what you always got to think when it comes to self-defense. Not what you have, is what the bad guy has. That's what you got to think. What does the bad guy have? Because he's the one that is going to try to do something bad to you. So what he has, so you could have something to equally to him as firepower, or ultimately you want to be above him. So meaning that if the guy has a pistol, you want to have a rifle. That will be in your best application, If you guys have the same type of rifle, maybe you have training, or maybe you have self-defense tactics that you learned because you took formal training and you could use above him. But you need to have something above the enemy, or at least be in the same level to be able to defend yourself, right? If you're below his level, meaning that you have less equipment than him or less training than him, you're going to find yourself in a really bad situation. So, all right, guys. So I wanted to do a quick video right here. Bolt action rifles make a horrible choice for survival. Yes, I said it. I think that they're good for some applications, but overall, I think you should go with a semi-automatic rifle because it's 2017. And you know what? It gives you the same ability that a bolt action rifle gives you. Nowadays, the semi-automatic rifles, they do just about the same and more than a bolt action rifle. So big shout out to Mattel. It's in the house. Amplify, brother. Check it out, man. You like this, Mattel? There we go. You like that? It's a little bit of motivation for you right there. Oh, look at Mattel. Wait. Let me look at that stats on rank right there. I put it there. And the USNC. I got like a motor wall going on here, man. Like a lot of motivation out here. All right, man. So, again, I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. We got a lot of videos coming up, guys. We got a lot of stuff. I've been doing a lot of streaming because, you know, I just moved and I haven't been able to record videos. And I do like the streaming a lot. So, again, stay tuned. Support this channel because we got a lot of stuff coming up. And as always, God is in control.